Welcome to Global Village. We are very honored today. We have Molly Douglas, our county reef from the New York County, and we have our interim executive director from SPEC, Sharon, and we also have my new co-host today, Rochelle. Introduce yourself, please.
Thank you. I'm Rochelle Gillespie. I work for SPEC, and I'm excited to be a co-host for the first time.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, Molly, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've been part of the County of Newell Council for 13 years, or this is my 13th year, and strangely enough, those 13 years have all been as Reeve, and I have had a pleasure, huge pleasure, to work with some marvelous councillors and great staff, and here we are in our wonderful building today. Happy that you are using it for this purpose too, Ahmed.
Thank you, and we are very honored to use the County of Newell, and very glad that they extended that invitation to us.
Super. I have to say I represent the GEM area. That's very important.
Very
GEM is a small little community, but it's a wonderful community. So.
There.
And Sharon, welcome. Thank you. The interim executive director for SPEC. Tell us about yourself.
I started with SPEC in August as the interim executive director while they continue to do a search for a new executive director, the previous one having retired after 35 years there. And it's been a wonderful opportunity. My background is I have a fairly eclectic career. I have had the good fortune to work in the nonprofit sector, in the private sector, and in the government sector. So I'm thrilled to be here and work in Brooks with SPEC.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay, Molly. What kind of services does county provides to its citizens?
Well, as a municipality, we provide pretty basic services, as all municipalities do. A big service in our region, because it's so spread out with such a small population, is we have many kilometers of road, and so those roads have to be maintained. That's always an important one for everybody in the country and in the county, of course. And we provide a wonderful service of regional potable water to our residents if they chose to take it, which I think is quite incredible for me to live almost 50 miles from the city of Brooks, and we have treated water from the city treatment plant right to our yard. That is a wonderful service, but you know, municipalities provide a variety of services, and rural ones, certainly roads is a big one, all those municipal things, but also we have an ag service board that helps farmers and ranchers with agricultural issues, and yeah, pretty important, pretty basic services to our communities.
And Sharon, can you tell us about SPEC?
Yeah, SPEC has actually been in the Brookson area community for 38 years, so it has an amazing history to it. The essence of SPEC is that we help people overcome barriers, so whether they're social or economic or health related. Our focus is on children first and assisting both children and their parents to help thrive in the community.
Thank you.
Okay, Molly, this question is coming from a Bassano resident by the name Joe. He's asking how can I arrange to appear at a council meeting?
Well, we're here today in these council chambers that we meet in twice a month regularly, and there are lots of chairs available for people who can just drop in if they wish. For 5 minutes, or they can spend the whole day listening to us if they want. And if they want to present something to us, they have to get onto the agenda if they're going to participate. And so they could simply call the main county number, 362-3266, and ask to speak to Ariana, who looks after our council agendas. So I encourage Joe and anybody to come and watch what goes on at a council meeting to learn about what it is we do, because it's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Rural government in particular. Everybody knows about city and mayors, but sometimes they don't know about Reeves and rural government. So I invite Joe to come in.
Thank you very much. Most of the people doesn't even know that JPS is the county, not the city.
That's right.
So Sharon, I know there are so many success stories within SPEC and with the families you serve, but is there one you can share with us today?
Yeah, the range of programs and services is quite vast in SPEC. I mean, while we're helping people overcome barriers, we do that by way of prevention, by education, and by counseling to a great many sectors of community and residents here. One in particular that kind of comes to the forefront of my mind, and I'm very proud of our staff for the way that they have worked with this family for over 2 years, actually. So it's a single mom with a child, and the mom is co-parenting with her grandmother. And that co-parenting relationship had some strain and wasn't working very effectively and having an impact on the child. So our staff referred them to counseling and would attend the counseling with them, so that during the home visits and time with the mom alone, they could help support and reinforce what the counselor was asking of them to help strengthen that relationship and make it a positive relationship. The mom was also experiencing an addiction, so they referred her to get some treatment for her addiction, and she's doing very well now and has been free of her addiction for 8 months. Yeah, and the child also was having some problems. The child has fetal alcohol syndrome. And so both the grandmother and the mother are now quite well versed into what the needs of the child are, and have both been able to participate in the school to make sure that the child's well supported in the school, that their needs are being addressed there as well. And it was a long journey and very successful for both the mom, the grandmother, and of course our particular focus is on the kids, and the child is also doing extremely well. So our role now for our staff is to continue to monitor that for a few months and make sure that those bonds are built, that the routines are there and being followed, and the mom continues to get the treatment that she needs.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's ongoing, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
ongoing.
Yeah, the beauty of SPEC is that mother can come back and receive so many different services, and yeah, it's great. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a good start. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Molly. What are the roles of the elected county councils? What are the roles and responsibilities as a county
Yeah.
councillors?
We have 10 councillors because we represent about 1.6 million acres.
Wow.
It's a huge area of land with about 7,000 residents. So those 10 councillors each have a division, and they are the voice for their area. So if people have issues, they can speak to their councillors. But you know, for me, I think the biggest thing is being part of a team that sits around the same table, looking at our whole region as to what we can do to make it a better region. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the services that we provide, you know, are municipal, but we are involved in all sorts of things in our communities. And you know, for example, the social agencies like SPEC and FCSS are part of our funding model, and so it's a wide array. Basically, you know, municipalities are responsible to provide any services that their citizens want or need.
Yeah.
And, you know, depends on, you can't be everything to everyone, but yeah, wide array. Keeping communities healthy, and, you know, recreation is a big, that's something we've just been looking into going into the future. You know, we have to think about the financial impacts of the slowdown of our oil and gas industry. So we're looking at things that, how the question of sustainability,
Yeah,
very important.
that's the most important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So the new year is a couple weeks away, 2017. Does SPEC have anything planned or brewing for new programs for SPEC?
Yeah, we do. I mean, our mission is to invest in children and families, and we have a variety of programs and services that allow us to do that. You know, whether your children are preschoolers and you know, young babies, we can help the parents to educate them and strengthen those bonds with their child and set them up for success as they reach into school age. And we also continue to have a number of programs for school-age children and youth as well. But one thing in particular, I think for 2017 that we are focused on is youth programming. That while we currently serve youth through school programs that we have and help them settle and integrate into the school systems and their community at large, we also know through our partners like the schools that we're currently working in and other community and business partners that there are also far greater needs for youth. And with our view about prevention and education, trying to keep kids you know, from getting into trouble, we also know that children are experiencing a great many stressors in their lives, whether it's you know, witnessing violence in the homes or you know, addictions that their parents might have and having to deal with that, to crime or gangs, or you know, our focus about, you know, children being set up to thrive and be safe is particularly important. So we're currently doing some research and also talking to our partners about how we can develop further programming around our youth that would meet the needs here in the community.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's
Amazing
amazing and
organization,
important.
our spec.
Yeah,
Yes, truly.
and the oldest, 1978.
Really? You said 38 years,
Yeah.
yes. Well, I remember I moved to this part of Canada from Manitoba to Bazzano in 1981, and I became involved with a spec kid. It was like a big brother,
Yeah.
little sister, big brother, yeah.
It has
Been around a long time.
Yeah, by then I think there was not many black people in the area. I guess there was limited number of.
Yes, yeah, that's very true, Ahmed.
Yeah, yeah. So
Glad you finally showed up.
thank you very much. Yeah,
I brought so many others with you.
Yes.
We're better off for it.
yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's yeah. The economic downturn had affected all the province. Would that affected the overall operations of the county in one way or the other?
Well, I made reference to sustainability just a moment ago, and we have been blessed in our region because we have a strong agricultural industry, and we've had a strong oil and gas economy, and we have an ongoing and growing tourism industry. So when any of those industries take a hit, it concerns us. And our assessment from oil and gas, the money that we have brought in through taxation, has been wonderful and a big amount. We have shared it with our communities within our, you know, the other municipalities. And so with that slowdown, our assessment has been reduced as well. And so we have to look at, always we're looking for efficiencies and how we can do things better with less money. And we're also looking at how we can diversify our tax base. And you know, there's lots of talk about solar energy at this time. And so that's one of the things that we, for 2017, are looking into. But yes, certainly our whole area has been hit in one way or another through the slowdown in oil and gas.
At least finally the gas is going to go up. That's the expectation.
Yes, and I'm hearing positive things, that if there's more stuff going on, so that's good.
Thank you very much.
So Sharon, with the 2017 and with your goals to sort of take spec beyond and for maybe hopefully another 38 years, I'm curious to know what the community of Brooks and the business community can do to support spec.
A great deal, actually. I mean, the history and legacy of SPEC is that it's been very adaptable and flexible to the needs of the community. And we have had very strong relationships and partnerships for quite some time, and we have also had many new partnerships. So I guess my message for the business community in particular is that we're open for business. You know, we want to talk to people and see our future rich with new partnerships that are coming along to best serve the needs of the community. So that would be first and foremost. The others part of it, of course, is SPEC is a charity, and we largely get our funding through government grants. And for those people that aren't aware, government grants don't cover the full cost of offering programming. So as a charity, we do have a responsibility to fundraise. It's a great opportunity for businesses and for private citizens here in Brooks and the county to be able to engage and invest in SPEC themselves. We serve almost 6,000 families a year, and that's a tremendous impact in the area. Those people want to show their gratitude for the services that they've had. Businesses, you know, want to reach the same audience as the clients that we serve, and so we're looking for those kind of partnerships too, and the financial support. Being a service industry, our primary resource is people. And so that means that we have an ongoing fundraising need. Unlike a capital campaign where we fundraise, we put the building up or buy the vehicles or something like that, and then it's over. Ours isn't. Ours is operating. It's an ongoing need to help employ people through SPEC and provide the leadership for the organization that will carry us long into the future past the next 38 years. At the moment, we have a Grateful Client campaign that we are sending letters out to our former clients, asking them to show their support. We're following that up in January with our membership drive, so another way for $5 a year that you can engage with SPEC and be a part and have a voice in future programming, the future of SPEC, and also be able to you know, come and attend our programs, which are free, but obviously it helps cover some of the overhead for the building that's not. So lots of ways that people can engage with us and participate, both in terms of direct programming as a sponsor for those programs, or you know, some financial support, and just partnering at a program level to develop new things to meet community needs that they also see in Brooks and the surrounding area.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
It reminds me I need to buy my annual 50/50 ticket.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes,
It's
you
run
do.
out.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Well, the draw's on Friday, so you might want to get in there.
I should have brought some with me.
And the bottom line is also the fact that 2017 we might need outside box ideas because world is changing, so we have to adapt to the reality of the world. We are not in all the time, so we have to keep changing, and we have to come up with a new way of helping the community to strive and to be a vibrant community for many years to come. So thank you very much. Okay, Molly, what plan should be done to help those in need during financial change, especially the families or youth or elderly?
Like this last past
the
year.
ones that we had.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is an amazing community, very generous, very kind and supporting, and we don't always get portrayed out there in the world like that, but those of us who live here know that what it's like. It's wonderful. And so we have a committee, the Community Response Committee, the CRC it's called, that I was first involved in a few years ago when JBS, well, it wasn't JBS, XL Foods had the E. coli crisis. And so that brought many organizations, support groups together that exist within our community. And so that was revived with the oil and gas downturn. And we have had 3 or 4 meetings and you know, had Julie Friesen come to sort of do some coordination, and it's amazing what has gone on. Both, you know, the city provided some financial contribution, and I believe we've put some money into our 2017 budget going forward. FCSS, all of those good organizations, certainly SPEC has been at that table, and I think a lot of people have benefited. St. Vincent de Paul with, you know, Salvation Army, just, and I forget how many, there's like 40 or 50 organizations, I think, that are involved.
Yeah.
Truly incredible.
organizations.
Yes. So it's a wonderful structure for that can be called together when needed. I think the next meeting is at the end of January, actually. So.
No, I think, and as you mentioned, we have a good people. That is not the case outside County of New York or Brooks. And that's one thing that we are committed to change for the year coming.
Yeah, well, that's why we're here.
There you go. There you go. Thank you very much, Molly.
And you know, Brooks too is about the people, isn't it? It's all about, yeah, when we moved here, we really found that it's really all about the people. It's a great community of people. And we are also very proud to live in such a diverse community. Yes, so proud to have my children grow up in a school where they'll know people from all over the world. Their first trip, you know, vacation might be to the Philippines or Ethiopia. So how do you think that SPEC has impacted the economic community, specifically speaking on our diverse community?
Yeah, well, I think SPEC has a lot to play in terms of economic development for the community here. I think as we help families and children overcome barriers, or families in particular, that they become more stable, they become more settled in the community, they strengthen their connections and become more integrated. And that means that we have a workforce that stays here. And so I think that has, you know, ultimately that is one of our greatest outcomes. And diversity is, I think Brooks, in my opinion, as a newcomer here, is its greatest advantage. And not just cultural diversity. Certainly that does provide for a very rich character here in the city and the county, but also diversity in other ways as well. Molly had pointed out about diversity in industry, that it's not just oil and gas, it's, you know, expanding those to agriculture and to tourism, small business. I would wager a guess, I don't know, but I would wager a guess it would be pretty high up there as well. So I think for SPEC on our mission, as we help families settle, become more integrated, it becomes more rich that way as well. And just on newcomers themselves traveling from other countries, many of the people that come through our doors as clients have very highly educated professions in their home countries. And I think there's a great opportunity there to help them requalify in their professions here in Canada and really become one of the highest skilled professional workforces that would be around in this area. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Okay, Molly, what would you like to achieve in 27, and what is your 27 resolution?
Oh, well, it's always about healthier living, you know. Eating more fruits and veggies and doing more exercise personally. That's ongoing. You know, someone said last night that it isn't what you do between Christmas and New Year's that affects your lifestyle. It's what you do from New Year's through to Christmas. So I'm looking at that as a new thing for 2017. Anyhow, from a county perspective, we will be continuing with our recreation review and our regional work. I hope we can continue to work with our regional municipalities, and nothing too wild and crazy new, but as I mentioned, we're looking at a solar, possibly developing a solar area here. We own some land where this office is situated, so that will be new and different for us in 2017.
And what message you have for the viewers for 2017 in terms of hope and possibility? You
know, I always think on the prairies in Canada that Christmas is an incredible time. We don't have much snow this year, so we're sort of brown and gray and can be gloomy. Today's our shortest day, in fact. But you know, Christmas occurs at the most wonderful time of year because it brightens up the world. And it's a message of hope, and I know we are tough, we're strong people, we're problem solvers, solution oriented, and 2017 can only be a better year than 2016.
There you go. Thank you.
So SPEC is about building resiliency, and resiliency brings hope. So what is SPEC's message and your personal message of hope for the new year?
My message would be to figure out what it is that is really important to you that you want and not give up. Make that your biggest priority. And when you encounter stumbling blocks, and you will because we all do, know that there is a great many agencies like SPEC and like Molly alluded to, about 50 some other ones that are here to rally around and help support you in achieving what it is that you want. So just don't give up.
That's very nice of you. And actually, as I mentioned to you earlier, Molly, I think Global Village, we have about few days in January 3rd will be our 7th anniversary.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, and we hope to come up with a lot of different ways of promoting the community.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad that you were part of the original concept of idea together with Mr. Martin Shields
Right.
during the time that he was mayor.
Right.
So he's MB now. In here, you have to be a principal, mayor, and then MB.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Martin and I were both. in
Martin,
school,
both
so-
of them, they were both of them principals before they become politicians.
And now we're principal politicians.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. No, there you go. Any hope message you wanna?
Well, I think, first of all, I just want to say, Sharon, thank you. You've been a real gift to SPEC, and it's been a very positive experience for all of us at SPEC. And I just want to share that, I agree that it's important to never give up. I just said this morning with one of my families in a home visit, the little girl said, I said, can you draw this maze? And she said, I can't do it. And I said, never say never. I said, just say, I'll try. So that's my message is just try, never say never.
That's a great one.
It is.
We appreciate and thank you very much, Sharon. And we finally, I think, welcome to Brooks County of Newell again after a few months official, I think, our previous year. But yes, you made a lot of difference during your period in Brooks and County of Newell, and we are very honored to have you, and we hope your expertise for many months and years to come that you will bring to Brooks and County of Newell, even if you go back to Calgary.
Yeah.
We will try
There
to
will be
track you
another
down.
Fantastic executive director
Yeah.
coming up. Yes.
There you go. But you did very well, and I think together with your team at SPEC,
Yeah.
and I think I have to say I don't have usually my cowboy hat. I always leave at home. So, but we take our hats off, yeah, for you and your team for the wonderful job that you're committed to do for the community, and we hope for many years to see that. This is the end of the program. We are very honored to have this program today from County of Newell, and we thank them. Until then, Global Village, Ahmed Kasim, together with my new co-host,
Rochelle Gillespie.
we wish you every success that you can imagine, and sky is the limit. Thank you. God bless you all.